I know nobody asked, but I've been seeing this dress on my timeline. I love it and I decided to make mine from scratch, so let's go. The length I'm working with here is about 24 inches, while the width was about 15 inches. I draw my straight line and proceeded to cut it out. Also note that the 24 inches full length is the length of my hip as well. I took the measurement for my back neckline, which was 3 inches by 1 inches, and then for the front it was 3 inches by 3, and then I used my chalk to make it visible. I also did my shoulder slope by going down by 1 inches and rolling a line. From there I got my sleeve opening to be about 11 inches and also went in by about 2 inches. So here I'm taking my measurements for my bust, waist and hip. My bust point is also where my sleeve ends. So to take the round measurement, I'll be adding 2 inches after dividing it by 4. I added 2 inches for ease for my bust, waist and hip, and of course I used my ruler to rule it out. At this point I was being extra by connecting all the dots and bringing out all the curves nicely. I also went down by 1 inches for the sleeve and make a nice curve. At this point everything is coming out nicely. I love it. Back to the front neckline, I went down again by 7 inches, and from the midpoint I went in by 2 inches all through. When I got to the 7 inches mark, I just made a slant curve and connected it to my neckline. I left that part and hurried up to the side of my dress, came up by 1 inches and did a slant curve. What is left now at this point is to start cutting it up. This dress is one of the most easiest dress to make, and it can fit a 2 size perfectly. It is simple but yet extra in its own way. So after cutting it up, I removed the back from the front because I'll be working with the front. For the front, I'll also be slanting that middle part and measure 2 inches. This is because I'm going to be replacing it with a black band, which you'll get to see as the video progresses. Now to the sewing part, you have to sew it by the shoulders like so, and then measured all around the neckline because you'll be adding a band to it. Always add extra inches to your band to avoid shortage. I highly recommend that. So the wideness of my band is about 5 inches, and then I folded it into 2, measured about 13 inches and marked the midpoint. From that 13 inches midpoint, I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and sew it all through. So this is it after sewing it up. I'll just arrange it properly like this, and after arranging, it's time to fix it to our dress. So I got the midpoint of the black strap and then the midpoint of the dress, pin it together, and then went to sew it up. My trick to doing this is pin one side first, sew it up, then take the other side and sew it again. I almost forgot to add my belt, so before I sew the black strap, I'm going to add my belt first. I have sewn and ironed everything neatly, and it is looking good at this point. The final step is to add my gathers. My gathers here is about 12 inches, and with the black inclusive. I didn't go for gathers, but I went for pleating instead, and this is the result. You guys, I was wow with the end product. I didn't know it would come out this beautiful, but it did. So I've come to the end of the video. Do like, subscribe, follow, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.